Hello, my name is Brandon Ramacco, and today I'm going to talk about passive thoracic extension. Extension is going backwards. The thoracic part of the spine is this part of the spine here, and passive as in just relaxing. So we're going to stretch the back. This, something like this, does achieve this goal, but I feel some people would benefit from a longer stretch. Some people feel, oh, that feels good, and stop. And particularly for people who really feel stuck, they would benefit so much from a lengthier stretch. Now, I used to do gymnastics, and we didn't just stretch for 5 seconds. We had to stretch for a minute, 2 minutes, 5 minutes. And you can do the same thing for the back. If I want to achieve my splits, I had to do a longer stretch. If I want to regain some of that flexibility, I might need a lengthier stretch of the back. And so that's my recommendation. Now, everyone has a different degree of this. So some people it might be easier to achieve than others. For myself, I'm pretty flexible. So for myself, I need a little help to get that extension. For myself, I use a rolled up hand towel most of the time. I place it on the edge of the bed. I lie on top, basically with my head off of the bed, and I lie there holding my head, so protecting my neck basically, and I hold that for 1 minute, maybe 5 minutes. I sometimes do it in 2 places, my 2 tightest places. So I might do it for 10 minutes. I have a YouTube video playing so I don't get bored. And by the end of that, I feel, oh, I'm quite limber. For other people, if it's really bad, they can just use a pillow in the center of the bed. They can use a full-size towel. Another good location is yoga mat on the floor, because that's nice and firm. Sometimes the center of the bed is just too soft. The back of a chair or the arms of a couch can also be used. You can just bend over it. Now, the reason why I've been mentioning a towel or jamming something back there is because your shoulder blades can get in the way. So you want to get something between the shoulder blades, particularly if you want to get this area. And a lot of people have stiffness in that area. So that's my recommendation. Right now, I'm going to take you to my bedroom at home. Right now, I'm going to take you to my bedroom at home and just demonstrate how I do it for myself. Remember, you might have to modify it for your circumstances. Okay, welcome. And now I'm going to stretch out my sort of upper back area for what feels good for me. So I'll get rid of this. Okay, I have my bed here. Typically, the edge of the bed is a little bit firmer. Typically, there's a wire that runs just along the edge. So I'm going to use that. I'm going to use a hand towel to get the force between my shoulder blades. I'm going to get right where I have a tight spot. Right about there. Now, if I want the stretch to be more intense, I can relax the rib cage, and that will allow the stretch to get a bit deeper. And maybe I'll shift over a bit here so you can see. So this is where the stretch is normally. And if I want it deeper, I can take a very deep breath out. So let's give that a try. As the rib cage relaxed, that let the back relax a little bit more and allowed the stretch to get a little bit deeper. And I can do it again if I want more or more, and if I don't want more, then I can just stay right here. Again, you'll want to hold this for 30 seconds to maybe even 5 minutes. I like 5 minutes if I've had a tough week and I feel stuck forward. 5 minutes is a great amount of time for me. A little bit of a word of caution. Particularly if you're doing this the first time, make sure there's someone close by, or start with 30 seconds instead of 5 minutes. I've had a few of my patients tell me they stretched out so much that their muscles couldn't figure out how to get up. I've never been stretched out like this before. and they're basically stuck. So make sure either you have someone that can help you get up, or start with a smaller amount of time so that you can sort of build up towards 5 minutes. In 5 minutes, if you need it. If you feel you're all stretched out after 2 minutes, then 2 minutes is all you need. Don't go crazy. Don't do this for more than 10 minutes. Okay, so actually that's it there. And if I want a bit more, I have another spot that's tight. I could come down to here. Now again, this is for me because I'm pretty flexible. This is where I get my best stretch. But for others, you might just need a yoga mat on the floor and the towel. Or you could, if you're so rounded, maybe you just need just a normal towel right in the center of the bed, and that might be fine. For some people who are really rounded, just a pillow sort of bunched up. Just anything to get that force there where you can feel it sort of opening up the back. That's what you want. And really the purpose of this video is I see a lot of people stretching their back and they're only doing it for like 2 seconds, and they could really benefit from a few minutes. I've had a few patients working as a chiropractor who they'd come in, of course, for this crack, and I don't like my patients to come back. I'm always trying to get rid of them for good. And so if they're coming back, oh yeah, I need one of these every week, or I need one of these every day. Whoa, 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 whoa. Why don't you try this first? And I have them do this stretch before I do anything to them. I'm like, oh yeah, that feels great. Well, great. I don't need to see you again, in the best way possible. One of my mentors said, you should always be trying to put yourself out of business. And I guess that's the purpose of this video. If you feel you could always use a chiropractor to crack your back, this is a good alternative to that. I love to do this, sort of get myself nice and tall right before I do a shoulder workout or even a back and core workout. It just helps me use my body when it's at its best in terms of mobility. And that way I get to actually practice with my joints and body just at its full range of motion. And that helps maintain that full range of motion, because that's what you're practicing. Anyway, have a good day. Cheers.